Let me take you straight to the heart of the matter. I want to start with something that might sound strange to you. The worst nightmare for any YouTuber isn't that nobody watches their video. No, the real nightmare is when YouTube shows your video to thousands of people, and those thousands of people just scroll right past it. Yes, you heard me right. A video can appear a million times in people's feeds, but if it can't get that click in that very first glance, it's as if it was never created at all. This is where we arrive at the great mystery of the content world. Why do some videos, even when they get clicks, still fail? And why do others, with just one single click, turn into a storm? Let me tell you a story. My story. The day I understood the difference between a fake click and a real one. It was a long time ago, when I was just starting my journey on YouTube. I was young, hungry, and honestly, a little naive. I thought the secret to success was hidden in the eyes of a thumbnail that was the loudest, the brightest, and the most chaotic. So I went all in. I created a terrifying title, something like, "You won't believe what happened next," and paired it with a colorful, over-the-top image that screamed for attention. And guess what? The results were explosive. My center, that golden number everyone obsesses over, shot through the roof. I was on top of the world. I told myself, this is it. I've cracked the code. But there was a massive problem lurking beneath the surface. Within those first few seconds, the viewer would come in, take one look, and then run for the hills. It was like they felt tricked, cheated, like they had walked into a store that looked amazing from the outside but was completely empty inside. YouTube, with its all-seeing algorithm, noticed this pattern immediately. The platform realized that people weren't interested in my content, so it stopped showing my videos to anyone else. It was a brutal wake-up call. That's when I learned that the worst thing that can happen to you isn't a lack of views, it's the wrong kind of click. A click driven by superficial curiosity or outright deception. Because that click tells YouTube that people don't actually like what you have to offer, and as a result, the algorithm will bury your next video before it even has a chance to breathe. This was the moment I understood that this game is all about the right click. The click that comes from trust, from genuine curiosity, from that deep-seated feeling that says, this content is for me, and it's going to teach me something valuable. Now, let's get to the core of the matter. How can you, in that split second when a viewer's eyes land on your thumbnail and title, spark something in their brain? A spark that tells them, stop. Look at this. It's not just about a flashy image or a boastful headline. This is a psychological war. An all-out battle for attention in a world where thousands of pieces of content are competing for the same pair of eyes, every single second. Let's dive a little deeper into the viewer's mind, shall we? Think about it. When someone is scrolling through YouTube, their brain is in a state of full-on filtering mode. It's a survival mechanism. They are navigating an endless desert of videos, desperately searching for a single oasis of water. That oasis is content that answers an urgent need, an unanswered question, or an old, nagging pain. So, the first golden rule is this: you're not targeting a random, aimless mind. You're targeting that one thing they think about late at night when they can't sleep. You need to craft your title and thumbnail so that they feel like it's exactly what they've been searching for months. For example, instead of saying something generic and boring like, "Learn how to be successful on YouTube," which has been done a million times, go after a real, tangible pain point. Say something like, "Why is your channel stuck at 1,000 subscribers?" Or, "The hidden reason your videos aren't getting recommended." Do you see the difference? Here, you're directly hitting their subconscious. You're telling them, I know your problem, and I have the solution. That is the foundation of a powerful click. But that's only half the story. The title is the promise. The thumbnail is the visual representation of that promise. These two elements have to work in perfect, beautiful harmony. They are dance partners. If one is out of sync, the whole performance fails. A thumbnail isn't just a pretty picture. It's a tiny story that's told in a single, fleeting glance. Let me give you a concrete example. Imagine your title is, "The One Thing 99% of YouTubers Never Do." Now, what should your thumbnail be? A picture of you looking completely baffled, staring at something off screen with your mouth wide open, or maybe a simple whiteboard with the words, "The Reverse Law," written on it in bold, messy handwriting. Here, the viewer stops and thinks, what is the reverse law? What are 99% of people not doing? In that moment, you've successfully ignited their curiosity without giving away the answer. You've created an information gap in their mind, a void that can only be filled by clicking on your video. Now, let's talk about another powerful technique that many creators overlook: the power of contrast and surprise. The human brain is wired to notice things that are different. It's an evolutionary trait that helped our ancestors spot predators in the wild, and it works the same way in the digital jungle of YouTube. In a world full of loud, cluttered, and predictable thumbnails, a minimalist, clean design can be a breath of fresh air. It stands out because it's different. Conversely, if everyone is using the same tired formula, you can break the mold and shine by doing the exact opposite. This is called a pattern interrupt. It's a way of breaking the viewer's autopilot scrolling mode. You have to be willing to be different. You have to be so unique that your content registers in their mind as a new and exciting option. Think about it. If you see 100 thumbnails with a guy making a shocked face, and then you see one with a calm, confident person just looking at the camera, which one is your eye drawn to? Exactly. The unexpected one. So many YouTubers, especially those just starting out, become convinced that the key to success is a secret formula, a hidden vault of knowledge that only a few elite creators have access to. They obsess over hacks and tricks. But the truth is far simpler and far more empowering. Most of the time, success comes down to a handful of simple, yet incredibly powerful, principles that can change your entire trajectory. One of those tricks, which works like magic, is using powerful emotional words in your titles. Words like secret, deadly mistake, mysterious technique, hidden truth, or massive failure. These words are like keys that unlock the curious mind of your viewer. They promise something exclusive and valuable. But, and this is a big but, be careful. Overusing these words will make you sound like every other clickbait channel out there. The audience has become incredibly savvy to this. They've seen it all before. So, you have to find a balance. You need to make a compelling promise and then, most importantly, deliver on that promise. If you promise a life-changing secret and then just give them generic advice, they will leave, and they won't come back. Trust is the currency of the internet. Let me give you an even more practical example to make this crystal clear. Let's say you're creating a video about how to build confidence. A boring, standard title would be 10 Ways to Increase Your Confidence. No one is going to click on that. There are thousands of videos just like it. It's white noise. But, what if your title was, Why Confident People Are Usually the Quietest in the Room? Or, What Do Insecure People Do Every Morning Without Realizing It? Do you see what happened there? You just created a paradox, a fascinating contradiction. You challenge the viewer's existing beliefs. The viewer stops and thinks, wait a minute, I thought confident people were the loudest, most outgoing ones. Why would they be quiet? This doesn't make sense. And that internal conflict, that cognitive dissonance, is what drives them to click. It's an irresistible urge to resolve the confusion. Then, you can reinforce this with your thumbnail. A picture of a powerful, calm, and collected person, with their finger gently raised to their lips in a shish gesture, would perfectly complement the title and create a powerful, unified message. This is a subtle and delicate game. It all comes back to having a deep and profound understanding of human psychology. It's about knowing who your audience is, what they secretly obsess over at 2 a.m., what scares them the most, and what their greatest hopes and dreams are. When you truly understand these things, your title and thumbnail stop being simple tools. They transform into a bridge of empathy and connection between you and that person on the other side of the screen. A bridge built on a foundation of trust. And once you've built that trust through a genuine and compelling promise, the next step is to deliver content of such high quality that it cements that trust forever. Your video has to be as good as your promise, if not better. And this brings me to the turning point in my own story. That pivotal day I told you about earlier. The day I realized that I shouldn't be chasing just any click, I should be chasing the right click. That single insight changed everything. I started paying attention to who my audience actually was. I started responding to comments, reading their questions, and feeling their frustrations. I re-evaluated my titles, and I stopped trying to lure people in with empty promises. Instead, I started targeting the real, raw, and unspoken needs of my audience. I shifted from asking, how do I get more views, to asking, how can I make a video that my audience needs to see? I started creating titles like, how to actually keep people watching until the very end, instead of, how to get more views. The difference was night and day. My average view duration, that crucial metric of audience retention, skyrocketed. Why? Because the people who were clicking on my videos were exactly the ones who were looking for what I had to offer. No one was being tricked, and no one was left feeling disappointed. They were getting exactly what was promised, and they stayed for it. YouTube, which is essentially a massive recommendation engine driven by viewer satisfaction, noticed this loyalty and genuine engagement. It saw that people weren't just clicking and leaving, they were watching, engaging, and coming back for more. So, the algorithm started pushing my videos to even more people. It was a virtuous cycle. That was the moment I truly grasped that the real secret isn't in that first click. The secret is in the viewer's decision to stay. Now, before we move on, let me share another golden technique with you. It's a technique that can truly be a game changer. In your titles, don't just use numbers, use them with intent. For example, 3 secrets YouTube doesn't want you to know is significantly more effective than just saying some secrets. The number gives the viewer a clear expectation of structure and value. It tells their logical brain that this content has a format, it's organized, and it's not just going to be a rambling mess. It promises a manageable, digestible amount of information. Or, consider the power of saying, this one habit doubled my views. The specificity of the number, combined with a claim of a massive result, is incredibly compelling. Numbers create a sense of safety and trust. They suggest that the creator has done their research and is presenting a clear, well-thought-out argument. And there's another layer to this that's often missed. You have to think about the emotional state of your viewer. Are they feeling anxious, hopeful, stressed, confused? Your title should speak directly to that emotion. If you're making a video for beginners who feel overwhelmed, a title like, Your First 100 Subscribers, a simple guide, is going to be far more comforting and clickable than, How to Grow Your Channel Fast. The first one acknowledges their fear of being overwhelmed and offers a simple, manageable first step. The second one just adds to the pressure. So, you see, empathy is your most powerful tool. When you craft your titles and thumbnails, try to step into the shoes of your viewer. Ask yourself, if I was feeling the way they feel right now, what would make me click? Also, consider the context of the viewer. Are they on mobile or desktop? The majority of YouTube traffic now comes from mobile devices. This means your thumbnail has to be clear and legible on a tiny screen. Small text is useless. Complex images get lost. So, simplicity isn't just a design choice, it's a practical necessity. You have to be able to communicate your entire message in just a glance, without any clutter. Think bold colors, close-up faces that show clear emotion, and minimal text. And don't forget the power of the unexpected. If you always use a picture of your own face, try using a picture of an object or a scene. If you always use a bright, sunny color palette, try using a dark, moody one. Break your own patterns and see what happens. Now, let's talk about a common mistake I see everywhere. Creators often treat the thumbnail and title as 2 separate entities. They create the thumbnail, and then they slap on a title as an afterthought. This is a huge mistake. They should be created together, in tandem, almost as a single piece of communication. The title asks a question, the thumbnail hints at the answer. The title makes a claim, the thumbnail provides proof. The title creates an emotion, the thumbnail amplifies it. They are partners in a dance. If you create them separately, they'll be out of sync, and you'll lose the viewer's attention. So, let's bring all of this together with a final, comprehensive checklist for your next video. Before you even start writing your script, ask yourself these questions. First, who is the one person I am making this video for? Visualize them. What's their name? What do they do for a living? What time of day are they most likely to be watching? What is their biggest frustration right now? What is their biggest dream? If you can answer these questions with clarity, you are already ahead of 90% of creators. Second, what is the single most important feeling I want them to have when they see my thumbnail? Is it curiosity? Is it a feeling of being understood? Is it shock? Is it a sense of relief that they've finally found the answer to their problem? Be specific. Write down that one feeling. Third, what is the one core message, the one big idea, of this video? If you can't explain it in one clear, concise sentence, then your thumbnail and title won't be clear either. The title and thumbnail are just a distillation of that one big idea. They are the tip of the iceberg. Fourth, does my title accurately reflect the content of the video? If you promise the moon and deliver a pebble, your audience will not stick around. That's how you lose subscribers and confuse the algorithm. Your video must deliver on the promise you made to get that click. If you promise a secret, the video must reveal a secret. If you promise to fix a mistake, the video must show exactly how to fix it. The content is the most critical part of the equation. A great click is meaningless without great content to back it up. And finally, after watching your video, what is the one action you want your viewer to take? Do you want them to subscribe, leave a comment, share it with a friend, watch another video, or change something about their own lives? Your title and thumbnail should set up the expectation for this action. They should attract the kind of person who will take that action. Now, I want to take you back to the concept of the right click one more time, because I think it's the most important thing you'll learn today. A high center is a vanity metric if it doesn't lead to high retention. It's like having a store with a beautiful window display that attracts 1,000 people inside, but your shelves are empty. People come in, look around, and walk right back out. They might even tell their friends not to bother. That's what a wrong click does. It brings in the wrong people, the people who aren't interested in your actual content. They damage your channel's reputation and confuse the algorithm. A right click, on the other hand, is a click from a viewer who is genuinely interested in your topic. They are excited to be there. They give you the time of day. They watch, they listen, they learn. They are more likely to subscribe, comment, and become a loyal fan. And because they are so engaged, they tell YouTube, this content is valuable. So, the algorithm rewards you. It's a beautiful cycle. Now, I want to leave you with one final thought, a gift for you to keep. The best titles are often the simplest. They cut through the noise. They speak a universal truth. They are the ones that make the viewer say, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's that moment of instant identification that creates an irresistible bond. So, stop overcomplicating things. Get to the heart of the matter. And let the right people click their way into your world. And if you're curious about how to keep those viewers hooked once they've clicked, how to make them stay until the very last second, I've made a whole video about that. It's a deep dive into the psychology of storytelling and audience retention. You should definitely check it out after this one. I promise you, it'll change the way you think about making videos forever.